This is actually insane. The US government may have just forced one of the most powerful public AI models offline. Not a chip, not a data center, not a military system, an AI model that millions of people could potentially use. A little more than 3 days after Anthropic released Claude Fable 5, access to it suddenly started disappearing. People were using it for coding, automation, and research, and then suddenly, an error message. At first, it looked like a normal outage, but according to Anthropic, the company says it received a US government directive at 5:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, telling it to suspend access to Claude Fable 5 and Claude Mythos 5 for foreign nationals, whether those people were inside or outside the United States. And because Anthropic could not easily apply those rules across users, the practical result was much bigger. The models had to be disabled more broadly. So one of the most powerful AI models available to the public did not slowly phase out, it did not get retired with a product roadmap, it just vanished. And this is why the story matters, because this is not just really about Anthropic, it's about a much bigger question. Who gets to use the most powerful AI systems on Earth? Now, the government's concern appears to be that Fable 5 might be vulnerable to a jailbreak that could potentially allow people to use it for finding software vulnerabilities. And to be clear, that is not a small concern. If a model is extremely good at coding, debugging, and reasoning, then it's not just helping people write emails anymore. It can become a serious cyber tool. For attackers, that same capability could be dangerous. So I understand why governments are paying attention, but here's where the story gets uncomfortable. Anthropic doesn't seem to agree that the evidence justified this kind of response. Their argument is basically the examples were narrow, minor, and not unique to Fable 5. In plain English, Anthropic is saying if this is the standard, then a lot of other AI models would also have the same problem. And that is the turning point, because if a narrow jailbreak concern is enough to force a powerful AI model out of the public access, then we're not just talking about AI safety anymore, we're talking about AI access control. And the most important detail here is that this was reportedly not only about where a user is located, it was about whether a user is a foreign national. That means the question changes from where are you connecting from to who are you? Now that is a massive shift. For most software, access is simple. You sign up, you pay, you use the product. But AI models may be moving in a different category, a world where access depends on what the model can do, where you are, and who are you. That is why this feels like the beginning of AI border control. Not border control for people, border control for intelligence. And right now, from the outside, we're left with more questions than answers. Was this a serious national security threat? Or was it an overreaction? This is where conspiracy theories start. The situation could still change quickly. Access may come back sooner rather than later. And the rules may change, or they may become the first obvious sign of a much bigger trend. The most advanced AI models being treated less like software products and more like strategic infrastructure. Because the future of AI might not just be decided by which company builds the smartest models, it might be decided by who is allowed to use it. And this is a very different AI future from the one that most people imagined. So what do you think? Was this a fair national security response? Or are we watching the beginning of AI controlled by government agencies? Let me know in the comments below and subscribe for more AI and tech breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next one.